We are live from Albany, New York for Thursday Night SmackDown! And just 72 hours before the Royal Rumble, who will earn themselves a tag team title opportunity?
The following is a triple threat tag team match. On the way to the ring at a combined weight of 336 pounds, the team of Nathan Frazier and Axiom.
We are kicking things off with fireworks. Frazier and Axiom joined by Los Garza and the D'Angelo family. It's a triple threat elimination bout. The winners move directly into the Royal Rumble on Sunday to challenge the LWO for the tag team titles. You can cut the tension with a knife in the middle of the MVP arena. One of the biggest nights in the WWE calendar approaches this Sunday in Madison Square Garden. Of course, Drew McIntyre will challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship against Cody Rhodes. But tonight, he runs into his arch rival, the Mad Dragon, Ilja Dragunov. Their history runs deep, and for the first time since Survivor Series in November, Dragunov crosses paths with the Scottish Warrior. What is going to go down between these two arch rivals right here tonight on Thursday Night SmackDown?
And at a combined weight of 403 pounds, the team of Humberto and Angel Garza.
So let us set the stage. All three of these teams participating for a tag team title opportunity against Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio this Sunday at the Rumble. Qualified over the last 3 weeks. Nathan Frazier and Axiom defeating the New Day 3 weeks ago. The D'Angelo family keeping down Dawkins and Ford of the Street Profits 2 weeks ago. And then these two men, former WWE Tag Team Champions in their own right, Angel and Berto, Los Garza, keeping down some familiar foes in Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde of the Latino World Order just 7 nights ago at SmackDown's New Year's Revolution. 3 deserving tandems, but only one team can be the final team left standing and will challenge Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio in the middle of the world's most famous arena in just 72 hours at the Royal Rumble. High stakes, high reward. As the bell has sounded, we are kicking things off on SmackDown with a tag team title opportunity hanging in the balance. Tornado-style rules, no tags to be needed in this matchup. Frazier and Axiom versus the D'Angelo family versus Los Garza, pinfall or submission, the only way to be eliminated in this matchup. Both members of your team must be made to either submit or be pinned inside of that ring till an entire team is eliminated. Last duo or just individual standing will win the #1 contendership for their tandem this Sunday at the Rumble. And you see the D'Angelo family looking to be the aggressors in the early going. Anything goes in this matchup tonight in Albany. Tony D'Angelo and Stacks, two men who have not been afraid to get their hands dirty since arriving on SmackDown back in September. They've been at odds with the Street Profits several times, really ambushed Montez Ford in the parking garage a few months ago on SmackDown as well, crushing his hand right in a car door. Axiom and Nathan Frazier, two men who have challenged for the tag team titles in the past. Challenged A-Town Down Under, they're in their tandem, their championship reign all the way back in the spring, and even challenged Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio back at the Cruiserweight Classic finale in November. As for Los Garza, those two men extremely familiar with Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. Those are the two men who dethroned Angel and Berto for the titles back at the season premiere of SmackDown in October. That is any team's ball game right here tonight on SmackDown. It is going to be a loaded night of action as we saw Drew McIntyre, Ilja Dragunov. The rivalry is renewed ahead of Royal Rumble on Sunday. Plus, still to come, Trick Williams. He knocked Grayson Waller out of the gauntlet 2 weeks ago. Waller's come back for more. Waller, Trick, one-on-one. later tonight. And if you saw Monday Night Raw, you saw the former Women's World Champion Roxanne Perez alongside Cora Jade ambush the Tag Team Champs. Asuka of the Kabuki Warriors takes on the former Women's World Champion in Roxanne Perez right here tonight on SmackDown. All the while, we do our best to keep up with this chaotic action in the middle of a sold-out MVP arena live from Albany, New York. It's just a short trip to Midtown Manhattan. Of course, Madison Square Garden will play host to the Royal Rumble event live this Sunday night at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. 4:30 the action kicks off for Nation Gaming Channel members. We go for our first elimination here, but Tony D'Angelo still alive. Tell you what, the D'Angelo family has an opportunity to really start the new year off on the highest of highs. Still a pretty new act to the SmackDown brand over the last few months. Made waves with the Street Profits, could be on their way to challenging Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio. My goodness! Not if Los Garza's got anything to say about it. Those two men, who have shown to use underhanded tactics in months and years past as well, trying to do anything they can to obtain a tag team title opportunity and get back in the ring with Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio, two men they know extremely well. All the while it is chaos inside and outside of the ring here on SmackDown. As we mentioned at the top of the bell, pinfall or submission, the only way to be eliminated in this matchup. The D'Angelo family and Los Garza, certainly no strangers to swinging steel. The thing the company invested in the Wild Coyote Camp some odd years ago. Coming in handy right here tonight on SmackDown. I'm sure the LWO's Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio watching the action closely as Frazier off the top of the Swanton to Angel. Meanwhile, Tony D looking to eliminate Axiom, not just yet. If it weren't for that opposite pinfall, Nathan Frazier might have knocked Angel Garza out of this contest, but the matchup going to progress. Still yet to see a casualty in this matchup. Elimination, the name of the game in this matchup, just as it'll be this Sunday night in the Royal Rumble matchups. 30 women, 30 men, opportunities to go to WrestleMania hanging in the balance. All coming your way live from the Garden on Sunday, but right here we're going to need at least 4 eliminations to secure a #1 contender for the tag team titles. 3 acts on the inside of the ring, 3 on the outside, all representing their own tandem. It's normal style tag team competition to qualify for this matchup, but all bets are off here tonight as Nathan Frazier once again off the top of the Swanton to Angel. Looking for the first casualty of the match. He's got him. Well, that means Berto is still alive, but Los Garza and the pressures of becoming #1 contender hang on his shoulders. Angel, the first casualty of the matchup, eliminated by one Nathan Frazier. All the while, Angel makes the walk to the back. Berto looks to fight for his tandem. Nathan looking to send Berto not too far behind. Be a kick out that time. The Angelo family in there. Axiom trying to get his wits about him on the outside of the ring. All the while, Tony D look to be closing the gap on Frazier, but Nathan Frazier's got other plans. Oh man, Tony D hoisted up. Meanwhile, Berto's working on Stacks. High flying ability from one side of the ring to another. Stacks is gone. Well, now we got 2 tandems with only 1 representative as Berto eliminates Stacks. Axiom with the pump on Berto. Meanwhile, Frazier up top. Phoenix Splash. Berto's gone. Frazier into the cover. Back-to-back eliminations. Frazier and Axiom are going to the Rumble. What a chaotic matchup and a fast-paced final moments as bodies were flying left and right, but one tandem is left intact, standing on their feet on the way to the Garden.
Here are your winners, the team of Axiom and
Nathan Frazier and Axiom defeating the New Day 3 weeks ago, outlasting the family as well as Los Garza here tonight. And this Sunday night at the Royal Rumble, they run into a tandem they have met before. Dragon Lee, Rey Mysterio. The WWE Tag Team Championship will be on the line live at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Frazier and Axiom proven to be a formidable duo, really starting to come into their own. Will it all culminate when the tag team titles hang in the balance live from Madison Square Garden? Oh, hold on a second. Well, speaking of the tag team champions, Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio getting a closer look at their challengers. These two tandems meet live this Sunday at the Rumble. Every year, the entire world waits with bated breath for one night, one event that stands above the rest in spectacle and stakes. The most anticipated and electrifying event on the WWE calendar kicks off the new year, the Royal Rumble. Emanating from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in the heart of New York City. This year's Royal Rumble promises to be an unforgettable chapter in WWE history. 30 men, 30 women, 2 Royal Rumble matches. The stakes, a golden ticket to the main event of WrestleMania in Philadelphia this March. Who will outlast 29 other competitors to etch their name into the history books? Who will seize the moment and secure their path to WrestleMania? Join us live on the 4th of January as Noah Nation Gaming channel memberships proudly present the 2025 Royal Rumble. We want to take you back to last Thursday night on SmackDown, where it seemed as if Austin Theory was closing in on becoming the United States Champion in a fantastic matchup against main event Jey Uso. But Austin Theory's actions from the past have come with consequences. For the first time since Halloween night, months ago, the Apex Predator Randy Orton resurfacing here on SmackDown and staring eye to eye with the man who put him on the shelf, costing Austin Theory his contest and his ability to win the United States Championship. Earlier this week, Randy Orton took to social media with a lengthy post and had this to say: "I don't blame Austin Theory for taking his shot. I was doing the same thing at his age, but actions have consequences. At this stage in my career, I have much more patience than Theory, so he can wait and wonder when I'm gonna strike. And when he least expects it, I'll drop him with the 3 most dangerous letters in the WWE." A cold warning by Randy Orton. Theory took out Randy Orton on Halloween night, looking to reestablish himself all over again here on SmackDown. Use Orton as a stepping stone to the top. Orton's come back, the Viper's coiled, but when will Randy Orton strike? Austin Theory's gonna be laying in bed at night in cold sweats, thinking about Randy Orton.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 180 pounds, JD McDonough.
Well, a developing story between Austin Theory and Randy Orton, but we refocus at the Irish Ace JD McDonough this Sunday night at the Wait a minute here. Wait, that's Trick Williams. Hold on, it looks he's out backstage. It looks like a table was broken, chairs were used. Somebody must have attacked Trick. Well, Trick's got a matchup later tonight against Grayson Waller, but he looks worse for wear right now. We need to get some medical attention back there for the up-and-coming Trick Williams. Well, that is another developing story. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit lost for words. Trick Williams, of course, supposed to go one-on-one with the Aussie icon Grayson Waller later tonight here on SmackDown. We'll hope to get an update on Trick's condition after what seemingly was an attack backstage. I don't know who attacked Trick. Might have been Grayson Waller. I mean, Grayson Waller was the one who challenged Trick to a matchup tonight after he was knocked out of the gauntlet several weeks ago, but Well, nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, again, we'll try to refocus and hopefully get an update on Trick Williams' condition as the night progresses here in Albany, New York. Right now, the #1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship, a former champion in his own right, and JD McDonough going one-on-one with Akira Tozawa here, just 72 hours before he challenges Wes Lee for the Cruiserweight Championship on the Royal Rumble kickoff show exclusively for No Nation Gaming channel members. Akira Tozawa taking the fight to JD McDonough just as JD did to Wes Lee and even a TNA representative who made a SmackDown appearance a few weeks ago in Zachary Wentz. An incredible matchup between Wes Lee and Zachary Wentz. Wes Lee retaining the Cruiserweight Championship celebration spoiled by the emergence of the Irish Devil. JD McDonough, a man who has been obsessed with winning the Cruiserweight Championship in the past, and he looks to do it all over again on Sunday. And Akira Tozawa right now is looking to take the momentum right out from underneath his feet. McDonough's been trying to get back championship gold ever since he lost it in the month of July. The big, strong boy Tyler Bate was on Tyler Bate's tail for months, and now Wes Lee, the man who's got the target on his back. Right now, Akira Tozawa looking primed, and JD McDonough is striking at ringside. Remember, JD, as we mentioned, ambushing Wes Lee several weeks ago. I'm sure Lee is looking for a measure of revenge come Sunday night. Better not be over emotional. The Cruiserweight Championship is on the line, and JD McDonough, a man who has played his cards right in the past. Wes Lee does not want to give JD a walk in the park on the road to winning the title on Sunday, just as Tozawa is not looking to give JD a walk in the park to victory here tonight in Albany. All over the #1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship of the world. Tozawa, former champion himself, had an incredible matchup with NXT's Javon Evans several months ago in the first round of the Cruiserweight Classic tournament. A tournament that JD McDonough was knocked out of in the very first round. Months of frustration for McDonough could all pay off on Sunday if he can win back the Cruiserweight title. Devil inside, Tozawa looking up at the lights of the MVP arena. And something tells me the Irish Ace isn't done yet. JD looking for one final message ahead of the title affair on Sunday night. Headbutt Saito. Tozawa's lights have been turned off. A big-time victory for JD McDonough here tonight on SmackDown. Wait a minute, here comes the Cruiserweight Champion. Who we talked about moments ago, Wes Lee, ambushed by McDonough 2 weeks back. And although Wes Lee has got his matchup on Sunday, it looks like he's not looking to wait to get his hands on the #1 contender. Well, I don't know if this is a smart move by Wes Lee, showing his true self, showing emotions here. He does not want to be over emotional, or JD McDonough's going to find a window on Sunday night. And it looks like Lee might have struck at the wrong time. JD's adrenaline's flowing, and Wes Lee might have got caught. Oof. JD McDonough now the aggressor as the brawl breaks out at ringside, and JD McDonough's hightailing it out of the MVP arena. Well, those two men will meet on Sunday night, but coming up next right here on SmackDown, the former Women's World Champion, Roxanne Perez, one-on-one with one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions in Asuka. It's up next in Albany. Can't get enough Universe mode? Well, now is your chance to secure a backstage pass to more Universe than ever before. Become a No Nation Gaming channel member and gain entry to exclusive kickoff shows before each and every premium live event. Also, witness bi-monthly house shows that directly affect your episodic viewing of Universe mode. Also, take a peek behind the curtain and see how Universe mode is brought to life each and every week. Hit the join button down below, become a Backstage Pass No Nation Gaming channel member, and get your front row seat to more Universe than ever before. Well, we want to take you back to moments ago on SmackDown. Trick Williams found laid out in the backstage area, seemingly attacked by someone. You see the carnage of the table, steel chairs From what we understand, Trick Williams has been diagnosed with nothing serious, no serious injuries coming out of this, but will not be able to compete here tonight in Albany. Originally scheduled to fight Grayson Waller, Carmelo Hayes has been on the hunt for Waller backstage, assuming that Waller was the one who did the attack. He's not going to have to wait any longer. Melo's going to fill Trick's spot. Melo and Grayson Waller later tonight here on SmackDown.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Laredo, Texas, Roxanne Perez.
Well, more on Carmelo Hayes and Grayson Waller later tonight, but we want to take you back to Raw this past Monday. Asuka and Io Sky making the trip over to the Red Brand, successfully defending their tag team titles, only to be ambushed by two former women's champions in their own right. Raw's Cora Jade and SmackDown's Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez, of course, just losing the Women's World Championship last Thursday night to Raquel Rodriguez, seemingly has already targeted another set of championship gold. Of course, Roxanne's got some issues dating back to Survivor Series with the Kabuki Warriors, took issues specifically with Kairi Sane as she was the fallen soldier, the one who took the pin in the War Games matchup last month. And nonetheless, Roxanne Perez has got the attention of the Kabuki Warriors. She's got Cora Jade from Raw in her corner tonight. But did she tick off the wrong group of individuals? The Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, looking to get hers and do one good by her unit here tonight in Albany.
And accompanied by Kairi Sane from Osaka, Japan, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions,
Asuka accompanied by Kairi Sane, Io Sky, the Women's Tag Team Champions, the Kabuki Warriors looking like a formidable trio, marching down the aisle here on SmackDown. And of course, all 5 of these women will be involved in the Royal Rumble matchup live this Sunday night. The Women's Tag Team Championships may be the opportunity at hand in the middle of this singles contest tonight. But either a Women's World Championship or a WWE Women's Championship could hang in the balance at WrestleMania if one of these women finds themselves the sole survivor, the last one on their feet, come this Sunday in Madison Square Garden. Well, that is then, this is now, and right now on SmackDown, Asuka looking to get even as Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade spoiled their celebration after the Kabuki Warriors took down Alba Fire and Isla Dawn this past Monday night on Raw. Of course, those Women's Tag Team Championships universal between both brands here in the WWE. Asuka and Io Sky perfectly allowed to be at Raw this past Monday. I wouldn't say Roxanne Perez was a welcome guest. We all know who opened the door for her. That was obviously Cora Jade. Jade and Roxanne Perez might be on opposite brands, but they're looking to come together and use the Women's Tag Team Championships as the bridge between Raw and SmackDown to do so. Cora Jade, who's had problems on Monday Night Raw with Bianca Belair for months, laid out Bianca all the way back at the Slammy Awards, the devastating double DDTs at ringside. Roxanne Perez, who's hot off the heels of losing her Women's World Championship just 7 nights ago, already back inside the squared circle tonight with a new game plan. Cora Jade by her side. Asuka, on the other hand, we're going to knock Perez's lights out in the middle of the MVP arena tonight and show the world that you do not mess with the Kabuki Warriors. And not like Asuka, Io Sky, Kairi Sane, they've all had their underhanded tactic at times, but nobody can deny their talents and their ability to get the job done inside of that ring. Meanwhile, you got Roxanne Perez, who I take nothing away from her, the 2024 Women's Superstar of the Year, but Roxanne, certainly no stranger to using an underhanded tactic or two to get the job done inside of that ring, something that benefited her a ton throughout her Women's World Championship reign. Don't even get me started on Cora Jade and her actions on Raw the last few months. Nonetheless, 2 bad attitudes in Perez and Cora Jade could equal success and can start down the road to Women's Tag Team Championship glory if Roxanne can upset the Empress of Tomorrow, the veteran Asuka, here tonight on SmackDown. Remains to be seen if she'll be able to do so. Still can't believe we saw with Trick Williams backstage earlier tonight, not too long ago here in the MVP arena. Seemingly attacked by what is being assumed to be Grayson Waller. Carmelo Hayes absolutely furious. And his partner, his best friend, Trick Williams, unable to compete here tonight. Melo's going to take his place. Melo and Grayson Waller coming up in moments here on SmackDown. Oof. Asuka missing the buckle that time. You notice Cora Jade, I believe, exposed the opposite corner. There is steel afoot. Asuka's gonna have to try to avoid a big-time uppercut that time. Jessica Carr just trying to find some footing as she was getting backed up against the ropes. Asuka nearly putting Roxanne away there, but victory not to be just yet. There's Roxanne hoisted Asuka. Wait a minute, going right for the exposed steel. That's ridiculous. Cora Jade with an assist, and now a pop rocks. Roxanne into the cover. Stolen victory, from my estimation, by Roxanne Perez.
Here is your winner, Roxanne Perez.
Well, you know what? Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez can do everything they want to target the Women's Tag Team Championships. And I'm going to take a little bit away from Roxanne here. An underhanded tactic, a tainted victory here tonight. Well, you know what Roxanne Perez can't focus on, and that's the Women's World Championship. We take you back to last week at New Year's Revolution. One of the best rivalries of 2024 came to a halt on the first SmackDown of 2025. Roxanne Perez one-on-one with Raquel Rodriguez. You know, she might have got victory moments ago, but victory was not to be 7 nights ago, as Raquel Rodriguez pushed Perez to her limits, survived the Prodigy's best. And for the second time in her career, Raquel Rodriguez was crowned Women's World Champion. And as Roxanne Perez moves on to the Royal Rumble match on Sunday, Raquel Rodriguez moves on to return to SmackDown next week with a new Women's World Championship in hand. Raquel returns to the blue brand 7 nights from tonight. Busy night of action here on SmackDown.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Sydney, Australia, weighing in at 206 pounds, Grayson Waller.
The road to the Royal Rumble is ramping up. 72 hours before our trip to the Garden, the Aussie icon Grayson Waller may have some blood on his hands. Carmelo Hayes is coming to collect. They go one-on-one up next. Can't get enough Universe mode? Well, now is your chance to secure a backstage pass to more Universe than ever before. Become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member and gain entry to exclusive kickoff shows before each and every premium live event. Also, witness bi-monthly house shows that directly affect your episodic viewing of Universe mode. Also, take a peek behind the curtain and see how Universe mode is brought to life each and every week. Hit the join button down below, become a Backstage Pass Noah Nation Gaming channel member, and get your front row seat to more Universe than ever before. We're back live here on Thursday Night SmackDown.
And his opponent from Boston, Massachusetts, weighing in at 210 pounds, Carmelo Hayes.
Well, card subject to change here tonight in Albany. It was 2 weeks ago that Trick Williams knocked Grayson Waller out of the #1 Contenders Gauntlet matchup for the United States Championship. Last week we found out Grayson Waller called out Trick for a one-on-one match here tonight. And then it was just earlier tonight where cameras cut into the backstage area to see Trick Williams laid out back there, seemingly attacked by what Carmelo Hayes was assuming was Grayson Waller. Well, we understand, as we already talked about, no serious injuries for Trick, but certainly not going to be able to compete here tonight. Carmelo Hayes is walking around the backstage looking for Grayson Waller. Carmelo Hayes taking Trick's spot in this matchup. Whatever Grayson Waller's motive is, I'm sure it has to do with the fact that he was not challenging for the United States Championship last week, thanks to one man, and that's Trick Williams. Well, Carmelo Hayes looking to get even, and Melo not gonna wait for the bell. Carmelo Hayes said, "You target my right hand, man, I'm coming after you." Former United States champion in his own right, Carmelo Hayes knows a thing or two about getting in some scraps inside of that ring. Grayson Waller wants to get his hands dirty. Melo's going to meet him in the middle. Carmelo Hayes filling the spot of Trick Williams in this one-on-one matchup tonight as the bell has yet to sound. Waller sent to the corner, and there we go. This matchup officially underway. It has been one-way traffic thanks to the early start by the former United States champion Carmelo Hayes. You know, Carmelo Hayes is also eliminated from that gauntlet by Trick Williams. That's a different story. Competition between two friends, two men that are like brothers in this industry. Grayson Waller, on the other hand, somebody who was turned on by Austin Theory last month, trying to find his own footing here on SmackDown. Had an opportunity to become the #1 contender for the United States Championship, only to be turned away by Trick Williams so late in that gauntlet matchup. Waller, all the motivation to take out Trick, and Carmelo Hayes is all over him for it. Nonetheless, Trick Williams, as we mentioned, no serious injuries. We expect him at the Royal Rumble on Sunday night, and I'm sure if he crosses paths with Grayson Waller in the 30-man Rumble matchup, there's going to be hell to pay. Nonetheless, Carmelo Hayes in hot pursuit of the Aussie icon here on Thursday Night SmackDown. Some bad blood developing between these two men, just as there is in tonight's main event. Still to come, the #1 contender to the World Heavyweight Championship, the man that'll meet Cody Rhodes in a last man standing match on Sunday. That is the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre, set for a one-on-one outing against an arch rival and the man Dragon Ilja Dragunov. That is coming up next here on SmackDown, live from the MVP Arena here in Albany, New York. Grayson Waller, yet to see any kind of competition in this matchup. It has been all Carmelo Hayes off the first 48. Grayson Waller nearly turned away as Melo has been hot out of the gate. Carmelo Hayes now with a personal issue against Grayson Waller, saying, Grayson Waller, you took out Trick, now I'm going to take out you. Trick Williams wiped out in the backstage area. You saw the steel chairs. It looked like a broken table. God only knows what happened to Trick back there. All we can confirm is that Carmelo Hayes believes it was Grayson Waller who ambushed Trick earlier tonight. And now Melo's looking to get even. Carmelo Hayes certainly soaking in the pageantry of this beatdown, doing one good for Trick Williams here in Albany, New York. Oh, took his eye off the ball for just a moment. Can't do that. May not like Grayson Waller, but you got to give him his credit. Former WWE Tag Team Champion alongside Austin Theory. SmackDown Dustin Rhodes Tag Team Classic winners last year as well. A-Town Down Under was on the ballot for Tag Team of the Year. Came up short to the Judgment Day. There you see. What did we talk about earlier? Grayson Waller not afraid of an underhanded tactic or two. Looks like you might have been watching the women's matchup moments ago between Roxanne Perez and Asuka, trying to expose the corner. Grayson Waller almost got caught, but now takes out the knee of Melo. A dirty player inside of that ring. Grayson Waller looking to find his footing here on SmackDown as a solo star after spending the majority of his first year on the blue brand alongside Austin Theory. Taking out Trick Williams as well as a former United States champion in Carmelo Hayes. Certainly, whether it's the kind of spotlight most people would want, would put a spotlight on the Aussie icon. I don't think Grayson Waller cares how he gets that success as long as he gets it. Playing the game of cat and mouse with Carmelo Hayes right now. I don't think Waller's going to out-quick Carmelo, one of the fastest, not only rising stars, but fastest inside of that ring here on SmackDown. Float over DDT. Waller getting dropped right on his crown and now brought into the corner. Carmelo Hayes been very aggressive and very physical in this matchup, and we should expect nothing less. Melo fighting a bit of an emotional battle against the Aussie icon here, and as much as he wants to get that much secured 3 count and stick it to Grayson Waller after what he presumes was his actions earlier tonight, Grayson Waller not going to let him down easy. Might have been one-way traffic for the opening part of this matchup, but Waller starting to even out the playing field. Carmelo Hayes down and out momentarily. Here comes Waller off the middle rope with a very unique elbow drop, and that is why Grayson Waller may be an inevitable player if we can get it out here on SmackDown. Oh, and he gets caught by Carmelo Hayes. Grayson could have been looking for that stunner. Melo caught him with the kick. Carmelo Hayes looking to close the gap. Cutter! Just when you thought Waller was turning the tides of momentum, Carmelo Hayes sticks it to him in the most inevitable, important closing moments of this contest. Carmelo Hayes walking down to the ring tonight with purpose. He put the target on Grayson Waller. He believes Grayson Waller took out Trick earlier tonight. Carmelo Hayes looking to do one good by his right-hand man.
Here is your winner, Carmelo Hayes.
Well, it's got to feel good for Carmelo Hayes. Got to be satisfactory for Trick Williams, who I'm sure is still in the building tonight watching for medical attention. Nonetheless, Melo, big victory over the Aussie icon. And wait a minute here, Grayson Waller not satisfied just yet. Attack from behind. Stunner on Melo. Well, the damn match is over, and there's the ever cocky, ever egotistical, and confident Grayson Waller, not satisfied just yet, ambushing Melo from behind and taking him out of the squared circle like he's some kind of winner. Oh, hold on here. Here comes the United States Champion, Jey Uso, who has gone to battle with Carmelo Hayes. I'm sure has a great respect for the former United States Champion. And a man who said on social media last week that Trick Williams had his attention, now taking the fight to Grayson Waller as Jey Uso goes skyward here in Albany. Main event, Jey Uso helping out Carmelo Hayes and maybe even Trick Williams here. Oh, wait a minute, Melo going after Jey. Well, I guess in the eyes of Carmelo Hayes, everyone's a suspect. Everyone's a target. Jey told Trick on social media last week that he may have earned himself a United States Championship opportunity. Carmelo Hayes thinks everybody's guilty as he takes out Waller and even has some for Jey. Man, oh man, interesting story continues to develop here on SmackDown. But this rivalry between Drew McIntyre and Ilja Dragunov continues. Live up next from Albany, New York, right here on SmackDown. Every year, the entire world waits with bated breath for one night, one event that stands above the rest in spectacle and stakes. The most anticipated and electrifying event on the WWE calendar kicks off the new year, the Royal Rumble. Emanating from the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in the heart of New York City. This year's Royal Rumble promises to be an unforgettable chapter in WWE history. 30 men, 30 women, 2 Royal Rumble matches. The stakes, a golden ticket to the main event of WrestleMania in Philadelphia this March. Who will outlast 29 other competitors to etch their name into the history books? Who will seize the moment and secure their path to WrestleMania? Join us live on the 4th of January as Noah Nation Gaming channel memberships proudly present the 2025 Royal Rumble. Well, it is one of my personal favorite nights of the year, and it's coming your way live this Sunday from Madison Square Garden in New York City. The 2025 Royal Rumble, and the action going to begin 30 minutes prior for Noah Nation Gaming channel members. Hit the join button down below, become a Noah Nation Gaming channel member today, and gain access to Wes Lee's Cruiserweight Championship defense against the Irish Ace, JD McDonough. These two men coming to blows earlier tonight, but they're going to go at it when it matters. In between the bells with the gold on the line this Sunday on the Royal Rumble Kickoff Show. And then we get into the main show. Earlier tonight, we saw Nathan Frazier and Axiom outlasted the Angelo family as well as Los Garza. They are on their way to MSG to challenge Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee for the WWE Tag Team Championship. From Monday Night Raw, it is the Queen Charlotte Flair one-on-one with the Queen of the Ring, Tiffany Stratton, for the first time ever. Stratton has been ducking the challenge of Charlotte for months, but now they go one-on-one, and the ante at the highest of high, the WWE Women's Championship, will be on the line. Just a few weeks back on Monday Night Raw, the unpredictable badass Braun Breaker cashed in Money in the Bank to become the new undisputed WWE Champion. Now he walks into New York City, the hometown of Damian Priest, and these two men meet in another first-time ever collision. For the highest honor, the WWE Championship is on the line. Of course, this Sunday kicks off the road to WrestleMania. It is the 30-woman Royal Rumble matchup. Participants from Raw, superstars from SmackDown. 30 women will enter. Only one will leave with a golden opportunity to headline the grandest stage of them all. And just as it goes for the women, same rules apply for the men. The 30-man Royal Rumble matchup. Who will be the last man standing? Who will punch their ticket to Philadelphia in March? Who will challenge for the WWE or World Championship at WrestleMania? And in one of the most personal matchups in recent memory, it is the last man standing collision as the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes may be walking into his doomsday against the Scottish Warrior Drew McIntyre. McIntyre has been obsessed with winning back the World Heavyweight Championship since he lost it over a year ago. Cody Rhodes is backed into a corner. Can the American Nightmare survive? It's last man standing this Sunday night in Madison Square Garden for the World Heavyweight Championship. But before we get to the Royal Rumble, McIntyre's gonna fight with a familiar foe in Ilja Dragunov.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre.
Ilja Dragunov has been a roadblock for Drew McIntyre on his path to what he has been waiting to get, an opportunity at the World Championship. He gets another go-around with Cody Rhodes this Sunday night at the Rumble. McIntyre challenging Cody to the last man standing matchup after what happened 2 weeks ago. McIntyre throwing Cody Rhodes through the car windshield in the backstage area. Cody Rhodes may have a death wish. The American Nightmare accepted the challenge. There is nothing stopping Drew McIntyre from tearing Cody Rhodes apart, and I just hope Cody knows what he's getting himself into on Sunday night. But McIntyre to be reminded about the thorn in his side that has been there since last summer. And that is the man Dragon, Ilja Dragunov. Through hell or high water, Ilja Dragunov continues to persevere, continues to get knocked down, drags himself back up. What is going through the mind of Ilja? What is he bringing to the table tonight? Does tonight, where he finally get even with Drew McIntyre?
And his opponent from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, Ilja Dragunov.
It was back in November at Survivor Series that these two men met in a first blood matchup. McIntyre jumping Dragunov before the bell could even sound. Ilja picked apart, decimated by the Scottish Warrior on that night. Pile driven right through the announce table, and oh well, here we go again. McIntyre not waiting. Same story as Survivor Series. McIntyre getting the jump on Ilja Dragunov. Man, Drew McIntyre absolutely just despises that man. Is reminded of the failures of the past every time he looks at Ilja Dragunov. Is reminded of the roadblocks that he has faced on his path to possibly getting back the World Heavyweight Championship. Ilja Dragunov's rise on SmackDown has been not only thanks to, but also stopped thanks to Drew McIntyre. This ever-looming war since last summer between these two men. Dragunov continues to get back up every time McIntyre knocks him down. Unfortunately, McIntyre has knocked Ilja down a ton. Dragunov may be fighting a battle that he can't win. We have heard from Ilja in recent weeks the mindset of the Mad Dragon. Remember Survivor Series like a nightmare. Says he was absolutely depicted, destroyed, embarrassed by Drew. Ilja said he doesn't know if he would ever be the same man after Survivor Series, and that is what we're going to find out right here on SmackDown tonight. Is Ilja that same guy who walked into Orlando, Florida in November, or is this Ilja Dragunov fired up, built a little bit differently, and ready for everything that Drew McIntyre is going to throw at him? So far, McIntyre, after getting the jump on Ilja, bringing this fight to the outside, and I'm sure Drew is not looking for a long, drawn-out fight here tonight. He is looking to get this thing done and preserve his energy ahead of the last man standing match on Sunday. I don't think Ilja Dragunov gives a damn what Drew McIntyre wants. Dragunov's been searching for his pound of flesh, which I know is an expression that can be used loosely at times, but maybe does not fit any situation better than the situation between these two individuals. Ilja Dragunov does not forget about what happened back at Money in the Bank in July when McIntyre laid him out in the middle of the O2 in London, England. Dragunov does not forget about being decimated at SummerSlam. Dragunov does not forget about being put through the announce table at Survivor Series. Dragunov has drawn blood thanks to the cold-hearted hands of the Scottish Warrior. Oof! Referees at a count of 7. These two men have broken the count a couple of times. Need to get this fight back inside of the ring before they tear each other apart. Referee John Cohen really helpless to stop McIntyre and Ilja's hatred for one another. And wait a minute, hold on here. Well, referee no choice but to call for the bell. A count of 10. This matchup's gonna end in a double count out. And I don't think McIntyre gives a damn. I'm sure this was Drew's plan all along. He didn't want a long fight with Ilja. He didn't even want to make the trip to Albany tonight. But Dragunov not gonna give McIntyre a satisfying out. Torpedo Moscow. Ilja Dragunov made the trip to the MVP arena, looking to tear apart the flesh of Drew, just as Drew has done to him. Steel chair to that double door back of McIntyre. Ilja Dragunov may not be getting a victory, but he may at least knock down Drew McIntyre a couple of pegs and soften him up for Cody Rhodes, a man he actually respects, a man he's actually friends with, before Sunday night. Man, Ilja Dragunov and Drew McIntyre, something's got to give between these two men. We thought Survivor Series would be the end, but the way Survivor Series played out, it was very... Oh, hold on. Wait a minute, Sheamus from behind. Oh, McIntyre's buddy, the Celtic Warrior, who has fought several battles with Ilja over the last few months, now ambushing Dragunov from behind. Well, I'm sure this was all a ruse, all a plan by McIntyre and Sheamus to beat down Ilja Dragunov tonight and get the hell out of Dodge ahead of MSG. Bro kick on the Mad Dragon. Ilja wanted a fight with McIntyre, but instead he gets a beat down by Sheamus. We're not done yet. The World Heavyweight Champion, Cody Rhodes, is here at Albany, and he's making a beeline for the Celtic Warrior. Rhodes and Sheamus have done battle. Rhodes disrespected by Sheamus in the past, and Rhodes not gonna hold any punches, especially after all the beatdowns by McIntyre, not only in recent months, but especially in recent weeks. McIntyre left Cody laying at ringside 3 weeks ago. He sent Cody to the hospital after a parking lot assault 2 weeks ago. He goaded Cody in to last man standing on Sunday. Cody's back. Crossroads on Sheamus. You know, Cody may not be sporting any flesh wounds, but no way that man can be feeling 100% internally right now. I don't think Cody gives a damn. Here to even the score against Ilja Dragunov and McIntyre from behind of the Claymore. Damn it. Cody Rhodes here to even the fight. takes out Sheamus, but Drew McIntyre like a snake lying in the grass. Cody Rhodes, I don't know if making the trip to Albany for him was the right idea after everything he's been through. There's no way he's 100% internally after his head got put through a car window and his body was thrown through a car windshield 2 weeks ago. And here's Drew McIntyre, seeing an opportunity to strike. Cody made his presence felt. McIntyre's gonna make him regret it. Steel chair in hand, the last thing the Scottish Warrior needs. We need to get some help out here before this thing goes from bad to worse, before McIntyre puts a stop to Cody Rhodes, before Cody can even walk down the aisle in the world's most famous arena on Sunday. There's referee John Cone, who's absolutely helpless to stop this. Ilja Dragunov's been knocked out with a bro kick. And I don't think anybody else in the locker room wants to get the hell in the way of a pissed-off Scottish Warrior who for the last 14 months has been hell-bent on getting back the World Heavyweight Championship. Finally walking away. Absolutely ridiculous. And Cody's getting to his feet. Hold on, Cody, just stay down. Cody, just stay down. Another Claymore kick. It's last man standing on Sunday. It doesn't matter tonight. Live to fight in 72 hours. McIntyre saw Cody get into his feet and refused to allow it. Cody, for the love of God, stay down before McIntyre causes something serious. Steel chair off the skull. My God, Cody, for the love of all that's mighty, stop getting to your feet. I understand the pride. I understand not wanting to give McIntyre the satisfaction. But if Drew has his way, he will not stop this brawl. He will not stop this pummeling until Cody is stretchered out of the MVP arena and they have to drag his carcass to Madison Square Garden. Back inside the ring, which is not where we need to be. Last man standing isn't until Sunday, but McIntyre wants one final statement. Claymore kick. The third of the night. That son of a bitch. God help us all, and God help Cody Rhodes. I don't know what's going to be left inside the American Nightmare as he goes one-on-one with McIntyre. Last man standing live this Sunday at the Royal Rumble.